Happy
Happy
Halloween! And welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back to Cookies Milk. I'm your host, Ben.
I'm also your host, William. Hear about Nintendo Switch?
I did. What do you think?
I think it's pretty smart on Nintendo to make a console.
It's your boob.
No, I just sat around doing this bit anymore. You're not giving him any milk. Running short on milk as is. No. Do you want to list off the cookies we're eating right now?
Today we're eating.
Put them back.
Put 'em back.
Covered.
Their Giant Eagle brand.
Mint chocolate sandwich cookies. We have a lot of Oreo style cookies on the podcast.
And I'm having
No, you're not having that.
one mini chocolate gob.
Absolutely not. You don't have enough milk to handle that sort of thing. Oh, he has it in his hand.
It's like a macaroon.
Yeah.
A macaron.
Don't lick it. Just eat it if you're gonna eat it. I think it's pretty smart. The Nintendo Switch in its design. I'm amazed that it's going to be capable of doing such big games. Is that a?
On such a small console.
It looks like a small console, to be honest.
It seems like the ideal kind of console for
Yeah.
the modern day man.
You think so?
I think it's a solid. So PS4 and Xbox One already exist.
Yes, that is true.
The question becomes, why would you buy another? People are like, why doesn't Nintendo just go back to that? Well, because they already exist.
Huh.
PS4 and Xbox One already exist, and they're already struggling to differentiate themselves from each other.
Huh.
So Nintendo, there's no point to them doing that.
So you think
Here we go.
by the end of this console war, quote unquote, it will be PC and Nintendo standing?
No, I think Sony and Nintendo and PC.
You think Microsoft
Also-
is going to fail?
Didn't they already announce that they're not making new Xboxes anymore?
What?
It's just Xbox One and Xbox One S, and they're gonna keep improving on the Xbox One.
That sounds like a bad business tactic. Like, I don't think that's true.
Why? It's what iPod's been doing for the last several generations.
Yeah, but iPods suck.
People buy them.
That's true. And seeing as how I haven't had an iPod since middle school, and it just sort of like, I know I dropped it a bit, but it just sort of
I didn't say it was a good
stopped working.
idea, what Xbox is doing. I just think it's a sign of the times.
Oh yeah? You think that we've hit a technology barrier?
Yeah, a little bit. It's hard to imagine where we could go from here. Like, the obvious answer is, VR is the next big thing. But everything has been the next big thing for the last 10 years.
That is true. There's motion control VR, gyroscopic, although that's only really the PlayStation and the Wii U.
Yeah, Xbox didn't fuck around with that.
Because they were too busy trying to make a bad motion controller. So the question is, what can PC do? Like, do you think PCs will ever hit that technology barrier?
No, PC has never needed to do anything, and will continue to never need to do anything. When I say console war, I never imagine PC even as a race,
Yeah.
as someone competing in the race.
Not
More
a
as,
PC Master Race?
Unfortunately, I have to acknowledge the PCs are outside of this.
Okay.
Because everyone is going to own a PC or a computer. Whether or not they play games on it is a different thing. That's not what PC's selling point is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
PCs never need to compete to be like, look what you can do on a PC.
PC's selling point is customization.
Yeah, but when you go into the GameStop and you're like, I'm going to buy a console. You're like, am I going to buy a Wii U, a PS4, an Xbox One, or a PC? You don't do that.
PCs.
I mean,
They
yeah.
sell laptops.
Yeah, but you
or
don't
tablets.
go in there for that.
Right.
You
They
go.
do sell computer games though.
Yeah.
Which,
They sell Steam cards and everything.
yeah.
The moral of the story is, when it's so annoying when it's like, should I buy a PS3 or an Xbox 360? And it's like, buy a PC. They can do both things. And you're like, you don't understand the question.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go get the dogs in before they start barking a lot. So the question is now...
But the question is, are we ready to make the switch to
what?
Nintendo's new console?
Oh, buddy, podcast over.
Ooh.
It's been 6 episodes. This is episode 6 now. I've never been more sure that I've wanted to end the podcast.
That's the only bad thing about the Nintendo Switch. There's a lot of blank space to what could be done with this console, especially with like what Skyrim's not even confirmed, but they were like real hard in like you could play Skyrim on a plane.
Skyrim on the plane.
But it was like immediately like Nintendo Switch more like switch off the console.
What?
Or like switch to this or that.
Who said that?
Everybody on the internet, dude.
What?
Oh my god. It was
I've only seen positive feedback for the Nintendo Switch.
I've seen like some I've seen a lot of who cares and a lot of oh man, this is great. But the reality is I can't say either thing yet. They literally put out a trailer and were like, watch the idea of the Nintendo Switch. And I'll admit, the idea really gets me.
You know, the Nintendo Switch. You know what Nintendo as a company has failed to do? Keep third-party developers in. And I know they've been making a better go at it in the recent Wii U years, but I can't, like, grasp it. I can't see a third-party developer. I can't see a game and be like, I can't wait for that to come to my Nintendo Switch. I can't wait for that to come to my Wii U. Mass Effect 3? Let's go to Mass Effect 3 for a second. On the Wii U? Sounds like a joke. Uh-oh. Dog's getting riley.
Yeah, I heard absolutely nothing good about that game. I'm gonna take a brief pause for these dogs.
I didn't hear anything about Mass Effect 3
Pause.
on the Wii U. Oh, you're going for the cookies, Edie.
She wants to be part of the podcast.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You gonna open the freezer door, block them off?
Oh, open the freezer door. That's a good idea. Just have that going on in the background for how much longer?
We're 40 minutes in.
13 minutes.
We've talked about the idea.
I mean,
of the
we're
Nintendo
7
Switch.
minutes in, but so we have 30 minutes. 13 minutes left. PB looks spited.
She can't believe you've done this.
Uh,
But at the end of the day, I saw the. Alright, you can go ahead.
Alright, I'm just gonna close the freezer door again.
There's a lot of stuff. Like there was like, oh, look at all this third-party support we've got. But at the end of the day, number one, you never buy a console at launch.
Oh, yeah? Didn't you do it with the PS4?
I did it.
You bought the 3DS at launch.
That was a mistake.
Is it? Because they really showered you in a lot of praise because you did it.
They
Oh.
showered me in like a bunch of Game Boy Advance games I didn't want. And like a bunch of NES games. Stuff that should be on the Virtual Shop but isn't. But it's like, it's never worth it. Why buy a console for $400 with nothing when you can wait and they give you like 2 games with it, 2 new games with it for $400? And it's like,
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, the dog is barking. It's weird. With a Nintendo console, in recent years at least, we've been given almost a promise that we will be able to have a backlog of the previous console's games.
yeah,
But the Nintendo Switch can't have that.
nope, it's got cartridges.
Which also means that it is going to be the portable system as well as the... Because why wouldn't it be?
It is, yeah.
They're not going to make another 3DS.
They're not going to make another 3DS if they have the Switch at the same time.
And that's pretty interesting. That's pretty nice because it doesn't... I don't have to buy another console to get my Animal Crossing fix. Because they keep alternating it. I know any Nintendo game released, not considering mobile games, will be on the Switch now.
It's
Unless they keep producing for the 3DS, which it's still a good console. They haven't really squeezed anything out of the new 3DS other than, like, the Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, that's the only thing that's required.
yeah. I feel like the best part about the Switch now is it's the perfect medium for video games.
Yeah?
Because it's like, there's a lot of video games that exist where you're like, I don't want to play this on a console. Animal Crossing is a perfect example of this because City Folk came out and nobody liked City Folk.
Well, we are basing that on our opinion. We are basing that on our opinions
All right.
because neither of us played City Folk. Like we got it, and we have barely any hours.
Because why would
on
you
it.
play City Folk when you could play Wild World or New Leaf and you can get it all on the go and it's not a commitment. It
Yeah.
always feels like that's the best part about the Switch is nothing feels like a commitment anymore.
I hope the battery life is good. Because if the battery life is good, then that's the whole console. It basically becomes a home console you can take for a short trip.
Let's go over things the Switch needs. Number one, the Switch needs a good battery life.
Yeah, and I think Nintendo understands that, and they will try for that. Because if it has the battery life of say a 3DS XL,
Yeah.
that's great. That's perfect.
Number two, it needs to charge while it's on the dock, so you can pick it up.
Right.
The 1 through 3 are all sort of like the necessities of a mobile console, and
look
number
at the
3 is
Wii
that
U
it's
gamepad.
durable.
Yes. Yep.
Because if it's not all of those things, then it's basically useless as a mobile console. Number 4 is the most important thing, and that's games.
And based on, there was something I heard, that some developers said it was amazing to develop for the Switch.
No, I have no doubts. It seems like I'm worried about the rapid switching of controller styles, of how that'll work.
I don't think that's as big as a problem as you think it is, because if you look at it, it's say you have a Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
Say its controllers are a Wiimote on the side and a nunchuck on the other side.
And then you just have that
You
on the
just
controller.
detach. It's the same thing.
No, yeah.
What's weird is how is that gonna? I've used a Wiimote and nunchuck before, but never as the way the Switch is looking. You know what I mean? Because
No.
the Switch has two. It's when you hold it without anything other than the two sticks, it is a controller without the base,
Yeah.
and that seems kind of strange.
Yeah.
I can understand. Evie, move, please. Evie. Freezer comes back out.
You brought this upon yourself.
Now
Sad.
enter the cold barrier. Uh-oh. She's got bark. So,
Keep talking.
I gotta give her a piece of meat.
Give her some cheese.
Ooh, even better. To not satiate her carnivore needs. Is that a word? Oh god, she's fell into the freezer.
The cheeser.
No,
Jokes.
absolutely not.
We got there, folks.
Alright. So who wants a slice of cheese? Keep talking about Nintendo Switch.
The Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna go ahead and run through you guys the easiest way to sell this console. It comes out.
Skyrim HD.
No,
Mod
it's-
supported.
It's absolutely not that one. They showed off Skyrim, and I was the most disinterested I've ever been in a video game console in my whole life.
Alright, get out of here.
Because it's like Skyrim is like 7 years old at this point.
It is not 7 years old, it is 5 years old.
Is it 5 years old?
2011.
Is it 2011?
Yes.
That's probably correct.
Because its whole thing was 11.
Oh yeah, you're right. Regardless, 5 years old.
Yeah.
That's like showing off. That's like if PlayStation 4 had come out and been like Last of Us remastered. Now on this.
They did that.
I know. It's insane that they
Master
did
Chief
that.
Collection.
God.
But that happened a while. They had released an actual game.
Yeah.
They had released an actual Halo game
Uh,
before the Master Chief Collection.
all I'm thinking about, like the Switch showing off Skyrim, is a great way to display like, hey, we can still play your full games. Like,
Right. So the way you're seeing it is, we can handle what the PS4 and Xbox One can do.
Right, but
Except the PS4 can't even handle mods.
it's like I looked at that, and it's like if a person was talking to me and they said, "Hey Ben, the Switch can support the games that the PS4 and Xbox One had," but what they said was, "Hey Ben, the Switch can support the games that the PS3 and the Xbox 360 could support," and I was like,
All right.
"And
No, the Wii U could do that.
I know
The
it's-
Wii U that was a premature child. Wii U. Oh. Why'd they release it so early?
I don't know.
They were really behind the times. Sega and Nintendo were really opposite in their approach to gaming, and it's strange how the company that stayed behind. No, I guess it's not that weird. The company that stayed behind is the one that's on top now.
Someone said he wins the race.
Yeah.
It's no. What's bizarre to me is that way back in the day, Sega pushed so hard to get everything out the door.
Yeah.
Sega was like this and 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 this, and then they crashed because of it. Well, Nintendo was like, we're making video games,
Yeah.
and like here's video games, and now Nintendo is like.
You make it sound like Sega wasn't passionate about video games.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that maybe Sega with the Dreamcast, like my thing with the Dreamcast.
I'd say the Dreamcast had the most love of any console go into it.
Oh yeah, no, but it had too much love. It was like a child that like a spoiled
It was too
child.
coddled.
Yeah, it was too coddled, and then it got into the real world, and it was like, mother, my skin is unprepared for the sun.
It was a very pale console.
And Sega was like, you'll do fine, and then it exploded in the sunlight.
Sega had replaced its SPF 50 with mayonnaise, and how it did that with a tube is beyond me. That's why they won That's why they won that round. They won that round of consoles.
Of course, you're right. The Dreamcast won.
Dreamcast died. PlayStation 1 became an amazing selling console. Nintendo 64.
It's a console, dude.
It was good.
No, I'm gonna run through you exactly how we sell the Switch. All right.
Nintendo needs
Metroid.
to rely only on itself.
No. But Metroid
They
is
keep
a good
fucking
starting
it up.
point. They go back to the classic. They're like, here's-
No! That doesn't... I'm gonna say this right now. The classic is shit.
Listen,
I hate it. Because, like, playing the classic, like, I spend money to be annoyed with an old game. And I guess I should only... Cookie! Hey, outside dogs.
Evie punched me in the face.
Oh, no. Get outside. So, Metroid... Well, I can't understand that. They've alienated the Metroid fans. Do you honestly believe that after Federation Force, Other M, the cancellation of a fan project, that the Metroid fan base is going to be like, yeah, Nintendo can make good Metroid games. Can make a good decision with the Metroid franchise.
I'm gonna spin this back to you. What do they lose from doing it?
If they do a bad job again, it's just they lose more standings.
They made Federation Force. A bunch of people at Nintendo sat down and were like, Federation Force, Federation Force. Would it be bad? There's a chance. Would they do it? Why wouldn't they?
Alright. So, the thing is, the way I'd imagine their minds work with the Metroid series is Federation Force and Other M did a bad job. We need to put a break on the Metroid franchise.
Now we put a break on Metroid.
You know what they
absolutely
did
not.
with Star Fox? They were like, let's put a break on Star Fox. Let's release a remake and then the same game. And that was awful. It was... I hate Star Fox Zero.
I didn't get the praise they were probably hoping for. Drink your milk. I'm gonna describe to you the lineup.
Wait, we should check, though, what time. We're at 19 minutes. Pretty good.
Drink your milk. I'm gonna describe to you how they sell the Switch. They announced that the Switch has 12 hours of battery life on it, regardless of how you're playing. They announced like games that are coming out on the other consoles. They're like, it's coming out. It's gonna have Persona 5 on it. It's gonna have this. It's gonna have other games.
Persona 5 can sell a console?
God, I think Persona 5 coming out at the same time on all three consoles is enough to make people go, Huh. I can play Persona 5 on the go?
I should stop asking you these questions 'cause you keep going off on tangents. Just keep going on with the list.
Do you I think Metroid, like a remake of the original Metroid games,
Hmm.
or like a new Metroid. I think a 2D Metroid is exactly the kind of game that is gonna be great to like put on your big screen or pick up and take on the go.
I will say a Metroid game that is more like Fusion, because I've played the tiniest of Fusion and enjoyed it over the original Metroid. Just make another one of those, but like with better
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
graphics and more.
Because I think about consoles that I would want to take up on the go, and RPGs are a huge one on that list.
Absolutely.
I think 2D platformers are ideal for that, especially like big explory games.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda is going to be a great choice for the Switch.
Oh, and it's the biggest Zelda game. It's probably one of the biggest games on the Nintendo.
And I say that not caring about Legend of Zelda at all.
Right.
I
you
could
don't
not
like
be
it at all.
less excited for Breath of the Wild.
You actually like it when they put you on a track,
Yeah.
or you make a track where you can't really change your direction.
Yeah, when I literally make a track.
Right.
Spirit Tracks is the best Zelda game.
No, Phantom Hourglass
Phantom Hourglass is the
is
best
your
Zelda
favorite.
game.
You didn't even beat Spirit Tracks.
The final dungeon is insane.
Okay, back to the list.
That's
Back to the Venn diagram.
Oh God. That's
The Nintendo Switch plays games.
I hope it does.
You saw that Mario? All photoshopped. It was dragged from a PS4 showcase where Nintendo had given the rights to Mario to Sony, and they dragged the screen onto the Nintendo Switch.
It zooms out from the person holding the tablet in his hands, and there's like a full PC running the game, and it's putting a wire up to the Switch.
Even on the airport.
Even in the airport where he's playing
Oh.
it there, he has a PC. Like, it zooms out every time, and it's the same PC, like, behind him.
Oh god.
There's like a dude lugging a PC around.
What? Shigeru Miyamoto? What are you
What are you
doing?
trying to peddle here?
Pikmin 4 would be a good game.
Sure.
You've never played a Pikmin game. How would you know? I've played Pikmin 3. I liked it.
Sure, whatever.
I mean,
I don't think
It's
it
more
sells a
processing.
console.
buddy, do you know how many people see, oh, I could play Pikmin 4 on the go? That's crazy.
That's this entire console. Is just like, I can play this on the go? Absolutely absurd.
Persona Min 5.
Dude,
That's Pikmin with personas.
I
Or
heard it, and
or
I
anime
didn't
or
even-
anime kids with Pikmins as their personas, so they shoot themselves in the head and a red Pikmin comes out, or just blood, because that's what happens when you shoot yourself in the head.
That's not even what happens in Persona 4. Or 5.
Okay,
But no, I'm not.
the only Persona game I've touched is Persona 4 Arena.
I like Persona 5 on the Switch at the exact same time as the other ones would be an incredible feat for them to put out and be like, whoa, Nintendo's not fucking around anymore. And at the same time, I don't care about Persona. And if Persona 5 got canceled tomorrow, I just would not give a
You
shit.
can't beat Persona 3. so-
Persona, it's so boring, dude. You ever load up a video and think, I want to go to school?
Whoa, what?
That's Persona 3.
Whoa! Alright, and on that note, we're going to have to end the podcast, because we are
Episode 6, Persona
23 minutes in. Alright, what do you think of these cookies?
They were pretty good. They didn't go great with milk.
I'd say they were pretty
Like when I
good.
downed the milk at the end, I was like, that feels bad.
Eh,
But the
What
cookies
about
were
the-
good themselves. Not great. Too much.
too much. I knew it. I knew there'd be too much. It's too much chocolate and too
You're
much
always
cream.
right. You're always...
No, absolutely not. I didn't know who Reggie Rock was. I couldn't remember Reggie Rock's name. I don't want to spout false information. Okay, bless you.
Thank you.
That's
and
the
that's
end
the podcast.
Yeah, that's the end of the podcast.
See you next time.
Also, happy Halloween! Ooh, spooky! This is releasing on Halloween.
Is that true?
Yeah, Monday
Oh, shit. Happy
is
Halloween.
Yeah, we could have done a Halloween themed
could've
episode. We didn't do
started
jack
the-
shit. Welcome to the Nintendo Switch podcast, where we don't even.
So, wait, hold on.
Happy
Happy
Halloween!
Second podcast after this, and I'll put it as the intro to the next one.
Halloween
All right, go ahead.
special. All right, see ya. Happy
Happy Halloween!